So you found your dream home. Now what? How do you buy it? What are the logistics? What does it cost? How long does it take for this whole process once you find the home to actually close? What if someone else buys the home first? Well, I'm going to share with you the 8 steps on how you go about buying a home right here in Ottawa from start to finish. Also, be sure to stay to the end of the video where I'm going to share with you a live example on what an offer actually looks like, what to put in the offer, what terms, conditions, and what the actual timelines look like. So be sure to stay to the end. If we haven't met, my name is Liam Soares, and since 2002, I've helped over 1,000 people just like you offer on homes and successfully secure their dream home. And my offer to you is I have a love it or leave it program. So what that means, if you buy a house, you're not happy within the first 12 months, I will come back and sell it for free. Last thing I want is for you to have a house that you're not happy with. All right, so you found your home, you want to buy it. Now what? The big question mark. Well, number one, we have to establish the home price. It's a question I get all the time. What should I pay for this home? You don't want to overpay for it. So let's establish the price. When you're establishing the price, you need to look at comparables of homes that have sold in the last 0 to 12 months, ideally in the last 3 to 6 months. The more recent the comparable, the better. We can't be looking at homes that sold, say, 5 years ago or something, because then we have to take into consideration time value of money. And, we're post-COVID right now and prices are normalized, so it's not like they were in the past. We then need to look at similar style of property. So if you're looking at moving into a 2-story home, we can't be looking at bungalows. So we need to compare apple to apple. Similar age, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, garage. Does it have a double car garage? Well, we need to be looking at properties that have 2-car garages as an example. Next is determining the closing date. On average, the typical closing date is 60 days, so 2 months out. But what does that really mean? And what does a seller want? It's important to align. It's one thing that as a buyer, you may want to close in 30 days, but if the seller needs to close in 90 or 120 days, well, that's just not going to work. Pro tip, find out why the seller needs a certain date. Example, are they closing on another property? They need the proceeds of the sale on that home to buy the next one. Or are they moving out of the country? Finding out specifically why the seller needs to close on a certain date can be hugely beneficial during the negotiation as a tactic you can use when you get right down to it. Next, deposit. The question is, what kind of deposit do I need to submit with my offer? And do I get it back? Well, typically the deposit amount in Ottawa right now is $10,000. That deposit is accompanied with your offer. It's cash and held in trust. So it has to be liquid. But during the conditional period, if there's anything that comes up during inspection or financing, or if you're buying a rural property or septic and well, something happens and you're not comfortable with, you will get that deposit back in full without interest or deductions. All right, now we're getting to the exciting part, submitting the offer. There's usually like 2 or 3 back and forths. The offer is written how you want to see it as a buyer. Then it gets sent to the seller. They're going to clean it up how they want to see it. Then the negotiation actually starts. So you write your offer, and as shared at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a live example of what an offer actually looks like. So you'll have that you can use if and when you get to that point. But more specifically for this, once you have your offer drafted, then we submit it over to the seller. One thing that we need to talk about here is the irrevocability. And what that means is the length of time your offer is actually open for the seller to decide if they're going to accept, reject, or counter. Typically right now in Ottawa, most sellers are asking for about 24 hours. So that's, you put your offer in today at 9 a.m. It has to be open until tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the seller to deal with it. Pro tip though, before submitting your offer or suggesting that you're bringing an offer, find out if the seller is in town. That's a cue, like reaching out to the listing agent or the seller, like, hey, are you in town? They're likely going to say yes, and then perfect. Why would you need to give them 24 hours? A lot of agents, a lot of buyers right now are having their offer in the open way too long. This creates a lot of pressure and potentially sets you up for failure, where it could turn into a multiple offer and then you're going to have to overpay for the property. I typically, when I'm submitting offers, I'm giving like a 3 to 4 hour irrevocable, meaning my offer's open for 3 to 4 hours. I don't want my offer to be shopped around, and I don't want that to happen to you either. Assuming that you have the offer accepted, we now move into the conditional period. So the conditional period is typically 1 week in length. Examples of conditions are financing, home inspection. If you're buying a condominium, then you're going to have your lawyer review all of the condominium documents. This is essentially the health of the condo, because if you're buying a condominium, you're buying into that. So if there's a special assessment or some type of cash call, you're going to be on the hook that you have to come up with that. You can't say, I don't want to. That's tough. So as a buyer, you need to understand just how healthy that condominium actually is. Something to be aware of is conditions are typically written in the sole and absolute discretion of the buyer. And what that means is if anything arises during the inspection or with your lender or with the condominium status certificate, if you're buying a condo, then you can walk away from the deal. You don't have to prove anything. Your deposit will be returned to you in full without interest or deductions of that sort. Now, we always recommend that buyers are moving forward in good faith. They have intentions of buying the property, but it's peace of mind for you as a buyer if you're looking at entering into the Ottawa market and curious how it works. That is how the game is played. It is written in a sole and absolute discretion. So in terms of the risk, it's really very little. You find the property, you fall in love with the property, you write the offer, you get a conditional sale, then you confirm 100% without a shadow of a doubt, are you going to move forward with it? You have a completed deal. You've gone through with your due diligence process. The next step is firming up on the actual offer. What firming up means is you're going to fulfill or waive your conditions. So as I shared, you might have a home inspection, you might have financing. So you have to send in a fulfillment or a waiver. That means that you're officially moving forward with the deal. It's not one of those conditional periods where it just automatically ticks over to a firm deal. You have that period of time to do these conditions, and then you have to fulfill it. If you don't fulfill it, the deal is null and void and the deal is dead. So important to make sure that you're aligned with your timelines and that you're actually moving forward from a fulfillment perspective or a waiver perspective. At this point, once you fulfill or waive your condition, the deposit is locked in. You will not get that back. It is applied to your purchase price and more specifically your down payment. So a little example, $10,000 is the average deposit. Say you're going to put down $100,000 as your down payment. Well, 10 grand has already been submitted, so you only have to come up with an extra $90,000. Just raw example. In that sense, some people are saying like, where does that 10 grand go? It's applied towards the purchase price, but for the sense of buying a property, typically that deposit is part of your down payment. Next step, well, all of the pressure-filled back and forth negotiations complete, all of the due diligence is complete. Now it's simply waiting until the property closes. One thing that sometimes buyers forget to do in this period is getting their home insurance lined up. We all need home insurance, right? Fire, theft, if there's a water leak in the basement. You can't get a mortgage unless you have home insurance. And sometimes there's a panic that sets in on buyers, like a week before closing, the lawyer will call. It's like, who's your home insurance with? Do you have an insurance binder? Be like, oh, gee, I forgot. I didn't even know I needed that. So then it's a mad dash. Doesn't really give you the opportunity to shop a rate around. So once you fulfill the deal and you're waiting for closing, be sure to reach out to your local insurance provider. So after you get your insurance sorted, then there's the final walkthrough. So before you actually take possession of the property, it's important to walk through the home and see what it actually looks like. Pro tip, do your final walkthrough the day before closing. More specifically, once the seller has moved out. This is the benefit for you to see what is the condition of the property before you actually take possession. And, the whole idea behind this is like, what if they damage the property when they were moving out? Like, we all know movers, maybe they don't take the same care that you would, and they've damaged the drywall or scratched the floor or something like that. It's better to know now before you actually take possession of the property and money's exchanged, and then you're trying to get, recoup some of those dollars. So pro tip, make sure that you do your final walkthrough 24 hours before the property closes, and more specifically, find out once the sellers have moved out and make sure you do it after that. All right. We're almost done. The last step, you meet with the lawyer before closing. This is typically done 2 or 3 days before closing. Behind the scenes, the lawyer is going to be speaking directly with your mortgage broker. confirming the financing, make sure the money is transferring over. But you'll need to actually go in and meet with your lawyer and sign in ink. I know nowadays everything is electronic signatures, but it's still old school on that side. Meeting with the lawyer to sign all of the final documents. The lawyer, in advance of you coming in, they'll give you a total dollar amount that you'll need to bring in with you. So remember earlier in the video, I was saying that say you're putting down $100,000. Well, 10 grand has already been submitted with your deposit. Then you have to bring that 90,000. Well, this is when the lawyer is going to give you that line item, that final dollar amount you need to bring in. What's included in that is your difference in down payment. So that would be the $90,000. Then there's going to be land transfer tax. If you're a first-time home buyer, you'll get an exemption on that. There will be the lawyer fees, disbursements, title insurance. So there'll be a whole host of fees that add up. And I have another video that you'll see in our library where I go through specifically outlining the cost. So be sure to watch that. But your lawyer will give you that dollar amount. You're going to organize that and bring in that amount. It typically needs to be in a certified check because that is live liquid cash that's transferred over to the lawyer, and then your lawyer will send it over to the seller's lawyer. So those are the steps from start to finish. Now I'm going to share with you a live example of what an offer actually looks like. So what do you put in the offer? What are the terms? What are the conditions? And what are the timelines? All right. So let's walk through what an offer actually looks like. So this is a typical agreement of purchase and sale right here in Ottawa and for a condominium. So I just pulled up most recent deal I did, took out obviously the names for privacy. Let's walk through here. So buyer's name would go here. Seller's name would go here. We have the property. So this is where the property is right here in Ottawa, 102 Briston. Property address. We put the condominium plan. So every condominium, every condo will have a 3-digit condo plan number. We're probably getting closer to having 1,000-digit number, but right now it's only up to, I think, 900 or so. The number, the level, and the building number, the parking space number. So in this case here, there is just one parking, and the parking space is number 102. Then we get into purchase price. So, I'm just going to say the price is X, and you're offering 350,000. So you put 350 there. Deposit. So as I've shared in the video, a typical deposit for property in Ottawa is $10,000. So that goes here. The deposit goes into the listing brokerage's trust fund. So for this deal here on Briston Private, the listing brokerage was eXp Realty. As we go through the other details, irrevocability. So this is the length of the time the property is actually open, meaning you write your offer and then you send it to the seller for them to decide. So typically 24 hours is the length of time that most sellers will ask for. In this case here, and whenever I represent buyers, I want to give a short window of time because I don't want a seller to shop it around. So in fact, I showed this property, I think it was around 5 p.m. and I was able to check with the listing agent. They are available to deal with the offer. So we only gave them, I think, 4 hours to deal with the offer. Completion date, this is just like saying closing date. So this is completion of the transaction. This is when money exchanges and you get the keys. So January 6th, 2025 is the closing on this one. Another big area of the offer is the inclusion. So it's called chattels. So chattels included. So what do you get with the actual deal? This is typically the appliances, a dishwasher, dryer, freezer, microwave, fridge, stove, washer. And in this case here, we started to add in some other things. So like the barbecue and the window blinds. We knew that that was included. It was in the listing. The seller had shared they wanted, so we put that in. Exclusions. So if there is anything that is formally excluded from the deal, this is where it's put in. Examples are sometimes sellers want to take some appliances with them or something. And then that's where that would be written in. Rental items. So if there is any rental items in this deal, the hot water tank is a rental item. Another example would be an alarm system or something. If there's some type of monthly monitoring fee, that's where you would put that in. Common expenses. So this is your condominium fee. So common expense. The condo fee on this is $437. That looks after the hydro landscaping management fee,
reserve fund allocation, and snow removal. And last but not least on this page is parking and lockers, parking space number 102, and there's no additional cost. So the first 2 pages, so I just went through page 1 and page 2, has a lot of kind of like specifics about the property. Closing date, price, inclusions, exclusions, what the condominium fee is going to be. Now I'm going to fast forward to the last where we talk about the actual conditions. All of these other terms are standard terms put out by OREA, Ontario Real Estate Association. I don't encourage you to remove any of them. This page here, page 5 of 7, is where all of the signing takes place. Buyer and seller, you sign. And then the last page is your Schedule A on the deal. So this is with the terms and conditions that you put in. I'm just going to run through quickly what I put in. So every time, the first term is the buyer agrees to pay balance of purchase price subject to adjustments. So the $10,000 we're giving as a deposit less the off of the purchase price is what we will give them. So $350,000 less $10,000 deposit, we'll give them $340,000 on closing. Then we get into our actual conditions. So this offer is conditional on 3 different conditions. So 1, 2, and 3. It's on financing, it's on home inspection, and it's on lawyer's approval of the status certificate. So these are all 3 conditions put in to protect the buyer, and it's conditional till 9 p.m. on November 8th, giving time for us to make sure financing is good, do the inspection, and have the lawyer review the contract and make sure that the status certificate is good to go. Few other terms that I put in, one final walkthrough. So this is a courtesy. Once you do the deal, you might want to go through is you might be painting or buying some new furniture and wanting to see how it looks. So this is not an inspection. It's simply a walkthrough. The next is the seller represents and warrants that everything will be in good working order. So how you saw the property is how you want to see it on closing. This one right here says that we can use electronic signatures, and it's just like using ink. Final one on this page is the buyer does not give permission to shop the offer around or share the contents with anyone else other than just the seller. Last page is vacant unit tax. So I've shared in some of my other videos the vacant unit tax that was levied in Ontario and specifically in Ottawa, making sure that if there is a property that has been vacant for 6 months or more, then the tax, roughly 1% of the value, is then put on the property, and that would be assumed. So we need to make sure you're protected as a buyer in that sense. So that is the entire agreement of purchase and sale for a condominium. Hope you found it helpful. Well, folks, that wraps up from start to finish when you find that dream home to actually taking the keys from the lawyer. As shared, I've been selling property since 2002, helping home buyers just like you make the right decision. Also, I have that love it or leave it program. So if you're not happy at any point in the first 12 months of home ownership, let me know and I'll come back in and sell it for free. I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you found this helpful. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, click on the subscribe button, and tap on the bell notification so you can be the first to know and learn about the current market right here in Ottawa. Thanks, and we'll catch you on the next video.